creating a performance task. Ngayon, short review lang po. Sige nga po, next slide po. Ayan, sabi nga po kanina, when we say traditional assessment or traditional language assessment, it covers multiple choice test, identification, true or false, matching type, and this assessment usually measure memory or recall lamang. Okay? Proceed po sa next. Short review lang po yan. However, competency-based education asks a different question. Sabi diyan, ano po? Can student actually use the language in real-life situation? Ngayon po, this topic that I will discussing later, we will identify the principles kung paano po ba yung tamang paggawa ng performance task. Okay, next slide, ma'am. Okay, these are the questions na possible po at the end of this discussion, we will identify or we will answer this question. How can authentic performance tasks help measure students' actual language competencies beyond traditional paper and pencil assessments? And number two, what principles should teachers consider in designing meaningful, fair, competency-based assessment that allow learners to apply their knowledge in real-world situation. Now, punta na po tayo sa paano ba yung tama. Okay? Next slide, ma'am. Next slide po. Ayan, instead of asking students to memorize grammar rules, okay, ito po yung alternative way kung paano pa natin mas ma-assess yung estudyante natin. And by that, as teacher, we need to consider or we need to know paano ba yung effective way na paggawa po ng performance task na meron tayo. Sige ma'am, slide po natin. Okay, guidelines for effective task design, particularly in the context of competency-based assessment. Before we begin, let me ask you a question. How do we know if an assessment truly measures what students have learned? Talaga po ba doon sa mga bagay na performance task na pinoprovide natin sa mga estudyante natin ay nakukuha po ba nila yung tamang competency na dapat nilang makuha? Okay, after this guidelines, sana po malinawan tayo. Ayan, let's proceed with number 1, align task with learning outcomes. Sabi po dyan, before creating an assessment, we should ask ourselves, ano ba yung tama assessment para sa kanila after nung lesson na tinuro natin. Okay? Once we identify kung ano po yung learning outcomes na kailangan nila, we design an assessment that allows students to demonstrate that competency. Think of this way, sabi dyan sa may slide po natin. Yung learning outcomes natin, that's the destination. And yung assessment task na meron tayo, that's the vehicle. For example, you are traveling mula Cabanatuan hanggang Manila. You are required to ride a car, a bus, sometimes train, sasakay ka pa sa train. Ngayon po, in the context of assessment, kahit po gaano kaganda yung assessment task na meron tayo or yung vehicle na sasakyan natin, kung hindi po tama, ay hindi sila makakarating sa destination. For example, pupunta ka ng Manila, sobrang ganda ng performance task mo, yate. Do you think that that vehicle will bring you to your destination? That's why, when creating an effective performance task, we must align our task with the learning outcomes na kailangan nila. Bakit po ba mahalaga yung alignment? Because it ensures that students are assessed fairly. Teachers gather valid evidence of learning, and syempre, the assessment truly measures the intended competency instead of unrelated skills. Okay? When tasks are aligned, students understand what is expected to them. Gaya nga po nang diniscuss po ng mga group mates ko, yung grasp model, yung characteristic ng effective performance task. Okay, kailangan po when designing a task, it must align with the learning outcomes. Okay, number 2, ma'am. Okay, number 2, dun napapasok yung use realistic context familiar. Okay? I-highlight ko lang po yung familiar to learners. Ano po? Student perform better when tasks are connected to situations they experience in daily life. Ano? Authentic tasks should answer the question, where will the student actually use this skill? Kaya po, katulad ng mga example na binigay ng mga groupmates ko, ano, hindi lang siya umiikot inside the classroom, but rather these skills can be used outside the classroom, outside the school. Kaya po, importante na when we are designing a performance task, it must be realistic in context and also familiar to the learners. Okay? Sabi, an effective assessment don't just measure what students remember. They measure how well student can think, apply, and use their knowledge to solve real-life problems. Okay? Doon papasok po yung number 3. Okay? Doon papasok po yung number 3 na guidelines. Encourage higher order thinking skills. Okay, this means that our assessment task should go beyond asking students to memorize facts or recall information. Instead, we should give them tasks that challenge students to think more deeply and apply what they have learned. Okay? As shown sa slide po natin, kailangan papasok din yung analyze, evaluate, create, justify, solve problems, and make decision. These are known are these are known as higher order thinking skills. Ano po? And they present the higher levels of Bloom's taxonomy. For example, instead of asking what are the parts of a persuasive essay, parang yung task na yon ay something like recalling lang. Instead, we can ask, write a persuasive essay convincing your community. For example, ano po? This task requires the student to analyze the issue, for example, and provide a possible solution. Then, he or she can create an original response and justify their ideas. In that case, maa-apply po ni student kung ano yung natutunan, kung paano gumagana yung persuasive essay or kung paano niya magagamit ng tama. Okay? Next, now we have seen importance of developing higher order thinking skills. Dito na po papasok yung multiple language skills. Ano? In real life, people rarely use only one skill at a time. Authentic tasks should combine 2 or more macro skills. For example, meron kang task na ibibigay kay student, di ba? Pagbabasahin mo siya ng article, dun po papasok yung reading. And after basahin, ipapadiscuss po natin kay student sa mga classmate niya. For example, think, pair, share. Para meron idea, meron pa rin collaboration. And after sharing doon, makikinig din naman yung isa, and after naman makinig yung isa naman, and then doon papasok yung present their ideas to the class. Like for example, nag-come up din sila sa isang one idea. Ibig sabihin, bakit ba importante na matarget natin yung multiple language skills? Because this assessment becomes more authentic and meaningful. They reflect how communication happens outside, or inside the classroom. Okay? Language is not used one skill at a time. Therefore, yung mga assessment tasks na ginagawa po natin should allow students to combine these skills na meron sila. Hindi lang isang skills yung nata-target, but rather 2 or more skills pa yung nai-improve at the same time. Okay? At doon pa papasok yung number 5. Okay. Provide clear instructions. Kahit po gaano, kaganda yung performance task natin, wala pong mangyayari doon kung hindi po alam gawin ng estudyante natin. Okay? This simply means that students should clearly understand what they need to do before they begin the task. Okay? Ayan. Isipin niyo po, ganito. Imagine yourself assembling a pieces of uh, furniture. For example, alam mo, bumalik kayo sa online, mag-a-assemble kayo ng isang furniture. And yung pag-a-assemble na yon ay walang manual. Even if you have all the parts nung furniture na yon, pero hindi mo siguro magagawa yun kung walang clear instruction kung paano bubuuin yon. Kahit kompleto yung materials, hindi po mabubuo yung furniture. Same goes with our assessment. Kahit po gaano kaganda yung assessment na meron tayo, kung hindi po alam ng estudyante kung paano gagawin, hindi po nila magagawa. Yun. Okay? And then, before discussing ng instruction sa kanila, dun po papasok yung next principles natin. Okay? Establish transparent assessment criteria. Diniscuss mo na sa kanila kung paano yung gagawin. You ask question kung naintindihan. After po nun, you must present a rubric. Na-discuss na nung mga other group mates ko, what is the importance of rubric? Kasi dito po, dito nila malalaman how their work will be evaluated before they begin the task. Ano po? Kasi sometimes, pag-aralan natin, we can include them in creating a rubric para malaman nila paano sila kigradean. And also, bakit ba mahalaga yung rubric? A rubric is simply a scoring guide that tells students what will be assessed and how many points each criterion is worth. Bakit, ano ba yung pinopromote ng rubric? Fairness. Tamang pag-grade. Consistency. Baka minsan maganda lang yung props, kaya mataas yung grades, pero wala namang saysay yung sinabi ng student. Transparency. Alam po nila na kung paano sila gigradean, and better performance. The more na mas alam ni student kung paano yariin ng mas maayos yung task, the more na makakapag-provide ng product si student ng maayos na output. Okay? And doon papasok yung ensure fairness and accessibility. Ano po? This means that the student should know how their work will be evaluated. Ngayon, pag alam na ngayon ni student paano siya i-evaluate, alam niya kung fair ba or tama ba yung nakukuha niyang score. Authentic assessment should be flexible while still measuring the same competency. Okay? For the accessibility naman, meron naman tayong tinatawag na individualized performance task para dun sa may mga learning needs, para dun sa may mga walang resources, merong alternative. Pero, dapat, pagka po magka-create tayo ng alternative task, we make sure that this task measures the same competency. Ano po? At, key takeaways lang, sa next slide. Remember, matching task complexity to learners. Ano po? Baka mamaya, yung estudyante po natin ay mataas na yung level ng competency niya. Tapos, ang task na gagawin natin or papagawa natin sa kanila ay simple lamang na kahit high school, elementary, kayang gawin. That's why, dapat po, when we are creating a task, performance should match student age, yung knowledge, language proficiency, and also their learning experience. Okay? Sana po, once pagka nag-implement na tayo ng mga performance tasks natin, maalala natin itong mga bagay na to. Okay? Sige po, next slide, ma'am. Next slide po. Ayan. Paano ba natin mas ma-apply, na-discuss naman na to kanina, learning outcomes, kailangan po connected pa rin. For example, sa traditional assessment, meron tayong 30 items grammar quiz. Instead of implementing that grammar quiz lang, pwede po natin silang pag-creatin ng halimbawa 600 word argumentative essay answering the question kung ano po yung topic na gusto natin i-discuss sa kanila. Okay, sige po, next. Next. Okay, real life application of authentic language performance task. Ibig sabihin po, apply natin yung mga skills ng mga bata. Ano-ano ba yung mga examples na pwede nilang gawin? Sige po ma'am, next slide. For speaking task, for example, job interview, gamit pa rin yung graphs model na diniscuss ni ma'am. Ito lang yung pinasimple lang. The student answer common interview question professionally, develop confidence, professionalism, and communication skills. Para po, itong task na to ay ma-improve or mas ma-improve yung speaking skills ng bata. Next po. Listening. Okay? For example, they can interview a local business owners. Magpe-prepare sila ng question, magkakandak sila ng interview, and sa pamamagitan po ng interview na yon, magte-take notes sila, and may improve po yung listening skills ng mga bata. Paano nila kukunin yung mga important details na sinasabi po nung na-interview nila. And moving forward, sa reading, analyze news articles, student identify facts, opinion, bias, and supporting evidence. Ibig sabihin po, sa pamamagitan ng pagbabasa nila, hindi lang simply binasa nila, but rather, sa pamamagitan ng pagbabasa nila, mas may improve yun if they will identify facts doon sa mga binabasa nila. Okay? Sige po, next. Writing. Okay, for example, instead of pagsusulatin lang natin sila, they can write an email requesting permission for school activity para po ma-practice nila yung mga bagay na ito, and for the future or pagdating ng panahon, magagamit nila ito. Ibig sabihin, na-practice na natin sila sa eskwelahan hanggang sa gumraduate sila, pag natandaan nila or talagang natutunan ni student yung tinuro natin, hanggang magtrabaho sila, madadala po nila to. Next. Okay. Ito po yung mga misconception ng mga teachers natin na bigla-bigla na lang nagagawa ng performance task. Ito yung common mistakes, and ano ba yung better practice that we can use to more na mas ma-measure po natin yung mga estudyante natin. Yung performance task na purely memorization, pwede po natin i-include yung application ng skills to engage higher order thinking skills ng mga bata. Dati, pagka nagkikreate tayo, ano lang may isip natin task? Sometimes, these tasks have mismatched goals or hindi aligned sa competencies natin. And according to sa diniscuss natin, designing an effective, kailangan po yung task ay aligned. Instruction are unclear, hindi basta sinabi mo, okay, mag-roleplay kayo, walang instruction na maayos. But, after this, dapat give explicit direction. Paano nila sisimulan, paano nila gagawin, at ano yung magiging output. And dati, basta nag-grade lang tayo, basta maganda, 90 plus. Pagka utal-utal, minus. Okay? Dapat po, sa performance task natin, share rubric before the task. And sa pamagitan ng rubric na yon, it promotes transparency in evaluation. And next, yung number 5, task is too difficult na hindi na halos alam ng estudyante paano niya gagawin. Okay? So sobrang galing ni teacher gumawa ng task, hindi niya na na-consider kaya pa bang gawin ng mga student to. Okay, kailangan po natin i-match sa learners natin yung task na ipapagawa natin sa kanila. And nakapokus lamang sa grammar, but sabi nga kanina sa guidelines for effective performance task, assessment, communication, and language use, dapat po ma-include natin yung multiple language use. Sige ma'am, next po. For our key takeaways, sabi diyan, authentic task measure real world application. The more na mas magagamit ni student sa real world situation yung mga task natin, mas matatandaan po nila. Competency-based assessment focuses on what learners can do, hindi po yung what learners can remember. Okay? Tandaan po natin yan. Effective tasks are aligned, meaningful, and performance-based. It develops critical thinking, communication, and collaboration. And rubric is very important in every performance task na meron sila. Okay? Authentic task provides deeper evidence of language competency. Okay? Next, ma'am. Okay, balik mo lang, ma'am. Yari na pala yung PowerPoint. Okay? To conclude, ano po, authentic language performance tasks are more than just an assessment tool. Okay, tatandaan po natin, dear masters. They are opportunities for students to demonstrate what they can really do with the knowledge and skills na nakuha po nila during our discussion. And as an educator, dapat po, we should remember that assessment is not simply about giving grades, but it is about providing meaningful opportunities for learning. Okay? Uh, Iwan ko lang yung quote, don't assess the student just to measure learning, but assess them to promote learning. And I hope that this discussion ay nalinawan tayo paano ba yung dapat at tamang ginagawa bilang teachers. And that concludes my discussion po, sir. Thank you po. Last na po ako. Opo.